Hello, this is CS Sager, and welcome to my playthrough of Terraria Hardcore. Today, what we're going to be doing is defeating Skeletron. Now, I don't know if this episode I'm going to be able to defeat Skeletron. Likely not. It'll likely take, I'd say, 3 episodes. This episode will be going through and preparing all of the materials we need and all the weapons we need to fight him. Not all the weapons, but all of the weapons we need to survive. Then next episode we will be getting bombs and making sure we have the proper materials to go fight him, and we will be building a minecart track as an arena in order to fight him with. The reason we would use a minecart track is so that we can easily dodge all of the attacks that he's using on us, rather than attempting to dodge them on our own, relying that we get movement accessories. I need to collect any lead that I see. That way, we can build the minecart track as soon as possible, and I won't have to go and look for lead. That cave does not appear to lead anywhere. To a snow biome. That's nice. So snow biomes, the benefit of them is you can get lots and lots of snowballs, and they also often have highly accessible caves that will contain pretty good loot. Now, I like to use snowballs in the very beginning of the game because they do a decent amount of damage. They're really cheap, and they have a lot of knockback, and that knockback is key, because the knockback allows you to keep your enemies at a distance and survive. Also, the copper short sword is pretty much utterly useless in the beginning of the game. If you're doing a hardcore run, it would be very dangerous for you to use the copper short sword against anything besides slimes, and at this point, I might as well use snowballs instead of my copper short sword. My copper short sword only does 5 damage, and my snowballs do 8. Plus the snowballs have range. There we go. I wanted to aim slightly above the slime so that I can keep him from jumping up and hitting me. Also, the purple slimes are the most dangerous out of the slimes. Not particularly dangerous if you, if you have good aim. However, you do want to avoid them if you're on low health. Also, I plan to smash every single pot I come across because they contain useful... Oh, that was lucky. They contain useful things such as gold, bombs, and arrows, shine potions, torches, glow sticks, all sorts of useful stuff. And that's all the stuff we need. I like to keep my rope in the second slot of my inventory. That way I know exactly where it is. Keeping your hotbar perfectly organized is really, really important. You don't want to try and have to organize your hotbar during a dangerous situation. Well, that's nice. However, having an organized hotbar is key, especially since you want to be able to scroll to the items that you need without much thought. You don't want to have to search through your hotbar for things, because that can lead to dying in dangerous situations. What is hitting me? Oh, it's a slime. Okay, cool. I can take care of a slime. I did not expect a slime to have gotten down here because, well, there's water. Slimes can't get through water. Not sure how he did get down here, but we're just going to deal with it. Also, I've gotten plenty of potions from pots. It's another benefit of getting pots. I'm going to go ahead and take out these slimes before I try and get above the water. There we go. It's working nicely. Needed to get a breath of fresh air there. And got it. Now, I have never beaten any bosses in hardcore mode yet, but my friend Mewtwo Hidden and I have been practicing, and we've gotten better. We still need to perfect our methods a little bit, and we still haven't beaten any bosses together. However, my internet's not that great, so when he and I play, I'm lagging the whole time, and it's making it harder to fight enemies. Like, most of the game is fine, but enemies will jitter around and teleport a bit, so it makes it difficult to actually do my best. However, in single player, I should do even better than I do in multiplayer, and I feel like I may be able to defeat Skeletron. If I don't, then, well, we'll just have to try again. The key to being able to beat hardcore is practice. That's the biggest key. I mean, it does take a little bit of research and a little bit of critical thinking. It takes a lot of being able to come up with ideas on the spot in the moment. Things that you need to be able to do, which means you need to know Terraria well. I have 500 hours into Terraria, but it's over the course of many, many years, and it's changed a lot in those years. Not too much, but a decent amount. I also played Terraria on mobile a lot, where it's changed as well. However, doing Terraria on hardcore is not the same as doing normal Terraria, and so my normal Terraria experience has not helped me too much in doing hardcore. It's helped me to not have to do as much research and helped me to learn more quickly, but the skill has not prepared me much for hardcore. I know what items will be good against what bosses, but often in hardcore, if you want to do it within any reasonable amount of time and not just tunnel everywhere, then you have to use different methods than you're used to, sometimes unconventional methods. Also, I'm getting pretty good stuff from these pots. I'm happy with my my swiftness potions that I've gotten. Let's see here. Here's another trick I learned recently. If you're behind backgrounds or up against a wall, you can just hold your cursor right underneath your feet and just jump up and place a block when you're at the height of your jump. The benefit of that is it's much quicker than using rope or attempting to pile the whole way up, and it takes way less resources. Now the downside is that path will only work well once, maybe a few times if you're lucky. I decided instead of going over top of there to go under here because I realized that the cave was big enough to go through, mostly anyway. There we go, got some more gel. You need a lot of gel for Terraria Hardcore, at least if you go for the strategy that I'm going for, which I have a decent amount now. I'm pretty happy with that. Those ice slimes I was fighting earlier made up for a lot. You also will need about 200 to 300 wood, depending on how you build your houses and how many things you have to pile across, or at least I will need 200 to 300 wood. 240 should be good, especially since I'm most of the way across the world now. I tend to only mine the tallest trees, because those are the most time efficient, and time efficiency is also key here, because I want to get as much done as I can before nighttime. Let's see what these dungeon pots will give me. And we need to see whether there's a water bolt. Now, it is a bad idea to try and go down into the underground dungeon in a hardcore world. The other day, I was in hardcore and I got an Arcalis, which was crazy. It was awesome. And I was doing really well because of the Arcalis. However, once I got a certain amount through with the Arcalis, I finally got to the dungeon, and I saw what I thought was a water bolt with the water candle lighting it up. I wasn't sure, just because the water candle could be making it look blue, and it could have been a red book instead. But I went down to investigate, and about 15 blocks deep into the dungeon, I got killed by a dungeon guardian. So, the lesson is, make sure you know where the ocean is or have a depth meter before you go down in the dungeon. In this case, my ocean is much higher up than my dungeon, so if I had went down in there at all, I would have died. You also don't want to go too far down into the ocean without some sort of gills potion or way of breathing. I managed to get one chest, and it had a flipper, which will actually allow me to get the rest of the chests as well, as long as a shark doesn't spawn. Now, I may want to just get out of here anyway, just to mitigate the danger of a shark appearing, or the chances of a shark appearing. Okay, that's good. I got 10 bombs. That's really, really good. I'm going to get out of here. There may be another chest down there, but I don't think I need it. Now, I do have I have 4 recall potions, so actually I will go and get that. I did not realize that I had gotten recall potions from those pots. Or possibly I got them from the chest there. There was another chest, and it contained water walking boots. That is very helpful. Now, I have now teleported back, and I will go ahead and build some houses. Now that I have bombs, houses will be extremely helpful. You see, I want a demolitionist to spawn so that I can blow up things like meteorite. My plan for this run is to grab as much meteorite as possible using bombs, and in order to do that, I need to blow up some crimson orbs during the hours of midnight to 4:30 a.m. When you do that, the meteorites will fall immediately, so you know whether you got one or not. Now, breaking one close to midnight will also work, just because if you break one after 4:30 and before midnight, then you end up getting a meteorite at exactly midnight, for those who don't know. Ooh, an armored shackle. That will increase my armor greatly. Now, I have not made any armor yet, and I would like to make some cactus armor, but I only have 50 cactus, so I can only make a chest plate and legs. So what I might do is make the rest of it out of boreal wood, because the boreal wood armor is the same as cactus armor, except for the set bonus. The set bonus for cactus armor is 2 armor, whereas it's only 1 for the boreal wood armor. So the cactus armor provides 5 armor, the boreal wood armor 4 for the full set, and wood armor 3 for the full set, since the greaves don't have a defense stat. Instead, the wood armor has a set bonus of 1 defense, so that's the benefit of getting the greaves. I think that should be about enough for the height of my house. I'm going to build the roof out of platforms so that I can put the crafting stations on top of it. Also, I think my trident will come in great use here. I need to get rid of this zombie and build a second wall over there, and then I should be able to build my house uninterrupted. I don't think I will get to go to the Crimson this night and get orbs, just because I still haven't built my house yet, and 10 bombs is not likely to be enough to get 2 Crimson orbs. Alternatively, I could tunnel under the Crimson and get the orbs that way, but I don't want to risk doing that at the moment when I don't have any armor. So at this time, on this run, I'm going to build my house, wait for daytime and get the demolitionist, and then go caving until it gets closer to night. That's my current plan. But again, since this is hardcore, my plan may change in the middle of my run. You have to stay on your toes and continue to adapt as your run progresses, because you never know what you're going to get. Unless, of course, you play a seeded run. I've never been a fan of seeded runs, though. It gets rid of a lot of the exploration of Terraria that makes it fun. Now, of course, you could do a seed that you know is good and you just don't know anything about and still get the exploration in. But then when you make a truly great discovery or find a really good item, it's no longer this lucky thing. It becomes a matter of, oh, well, that was just part of the seed. Now, my friend Mewtwo Hidden loves to play on seeds because he likes to give himself as much of a chance as possible, and he likes to have the items from those seeds. We occasionally play on seeds. However, I ask him that most of the time we do not play on a seed so that I can get as much experience with being versatile and adapting in this world as possible. Now, I want to collect lots of fallen stars as well. With fallen stars, you can make things like jester arrows, or get extra mana in case you get a water bolt, that kind of thing. They are super useful. Also, I made 3 doors, which was a waste, but that's alright. I have plenty of wood, so I do not think that will set me back at all. Now, the house design I'm using is adapted from one that my friend Mewtwo Hidden gave me. I've seen him use it, and he got it from other speedrunners, not sure where. He likes to do speedruns. They're pretty fun, but then he wants to restart every time we don't do as well. Which I understand. But that's just him. I don't really care for restarting every time. I would want to go the whole way to the Wall of Flesh with our speedrun, if we're doing a pre-hard mode speedrun. And then just improve individually each time after that. Now, I have seen before that the houses only require 2 to 3 walls in the middle in order to be valid. My friend Mewtwo Hidden says it is possible using only 2 walls, however, I've never gotten it to work that way. Now that we have our houses, I'm going to attempt to go to the Corruption, or the Crimson, and go ahead and blow some things up, since I have some extra time. I'm going to consume my Shine Potion and a Swiftness Potion, and be on my way. We have our Ruthless Trident, which I will put right there, and I will put my rope right here, and Wand of Sparking we'll keep out just in case. It's not great, but it'll do in a pinch. I also have my Water Walking Potion, which is extremely useful in these circumstances to get across the world more quickly. I have an Iron Skin Potion in case I need it. I could craft my Fallen Star into a Mana Crystal, and that would allow my Wand of Sparking to be much more useful. However, I don't think that's the strategy I'm going to go for this run. That was close. I nearly got trapped there, and if I allow myself to get trapped, then things can get really hairy. Let's see if this is a decent cave down over here. It appears to be. And there's a chest. Some decent loot. But the cave did not go far. I'm going to now... Should I dig down under, or should I... No, I'm going to use that cave that's over there. Oh, nope, I am going to come over here and dig this way. Because I do not want to get caught by that man-eater. Or face-eater, or whatever it's called. Face monster, that's what it's called. I always forget the names of some of the Crimson mobs. I remember Chimera, but I tend to forget the blood crawlers and the face monsters. And I will also stumble on the name of the corruption monsters. I can never remember what they're called unless I'm looking at them. Anyway, soon I'm going to have to end the episode. I think I've been running for around 20 minutes. I meant to set a timer, but I always forget. I have my stopwatch out here, but I tend to forget to actually start it when I go to do the recording. So that's going to do it for this episode of Terraria Hardcore. Be sure to tune in next time where I will get a demolitionist and blow up some corruption orbs and get some meteorite. But for now, thanks for watching, and I'll see you later. Goodbye. Oh, and remember, always drive the speed limit.